guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So a couple of things before we start out. One, I'm very sorry that I accidentally took an impromptu month off. I got very busy in the last few months of my placement, and then I think I was just a little bit burnt out. But now I'm very excited to be getting back to the regularly scheduled 2 videos a week. I've got so many fun plans and ideas, so I can't wait for that. And then 2, I do cut my hair. It was kind of down to like here before, and I did kind of just go for the bowl. So I am really loving it, so I hope that you guys like it too. But without further ado, I thought what better way to return than with my very trusty TBR jar. So if you haven't seen my previous videos with my TBR jar, I'll leave it linked in the cards, a little playlist. But basically, as with every kind of TBR video on YouTube, I have a bunch of prompts in here that I will then kind of use to pick books to be read this month. And we are picking for August, which is crazy because we are now officially in the second half of the year, like fully, which is a little bit insane to me, but we don't have to get into that now. I do usually pick out 6 or 7 books depending on whether I completed my last month's TBR. I did not complete my last month's TBR because obviously, like I said, I was a bit burnt out, very busy, etc, etc. So we are going to be picking 7 books out of here, and yeah, I think without further ado, let's just get straight into it. As I have been for this year, I do think I'll be picking kind of mainly mood reads, hopefully kind of like new releases and stuff like that. I don't have set kind of themed video plans yet. Most of them are kind of mood read focused, so I think, yeah, let's just get into it. So for our first prompt, we have a new to me author. If you can see that, a new to me author. Thinking of what I want. I put like a little selection to the side here of ones that I would be interested in. I think one that I do actually want to put on the TBR is Kill Creatures by Rory Power. So I believe she wrote, what was it, Wilder Girls, that was really popular, and this is a new release. I believe it came out earlier this year, and it's a thriller where I believe the kind of plot is that this girl is a YA thriller, and last year her 3 best friends died, and then she is then a year later at like the memorial service for one of them, and one of the friends like shows up and is alive, but like the twist is the narrator is the one that murdered them. So it seems a little bit weird, it might be a little bit kind of creepy and stuff. This is YA, I believe, so hopefully it should be quite a quick read. It's only got like 260 pages or so, so hopefully I can blast through it this month, and I'm really excited because I've not read anything by her before. I've heard good things about Wilder Girls. I am looking forward to this one. So this will be the first book on our TBR for August, and that is for the prompt a new to me author. So next up, let's do this one. Can you read that? That says a 5-star prediction. Okay, fun. This should be easy, hopefully, I think. Off the top of my head, one does scream to mind, and that is A Time of Your Life by Jessica Hastings. So I will say, I know Jessica Hastings as an author is kind of cringy. She had some really weird like posts about like how using generative AI or just AI in general is the same as like using a Roomba, and I was like, not sure I agree with that. I don't believe she actually uses AI to write her books, or at least I hope not. Don't love those vibes, but I have really enjoyed all of her previous books. The Conditions of Will was a 5-star, Magnolia Parks is a 5-star series for me. I have not yet read Never, which I know got some mixed reviews, but I think for me this is like my most solid 5-star prediction. I believe this is kind of like a, as always, a little bit of a toxic type dramatic romance, and I believe it's between a kind of like pop star, Joa, who is the frontman of the biggest band, and Isolde, I believe is how you pronounce her name, is like a socialite, I guess, and they kind of fall in love. And it's not too long either. This is like 300 pages or so, and I've just loved her writing previously, so really hope that I do enjoy this one. And yeah, I think this is my most kind of solid 5-star prediction in terms of what I've got like on my physical TBR at the moment, because as always I am trying to pare down my physical TBR, but it never really goes particularly well. So for our third book, let's do this one, if I can actually unwrap it. There you go, that says Subscribers Fave. Okay, fun. I believe I asked you guys like at the end of last year for recommendations. I was going to do like a reading your favourite books of 2024 video, but then obviously I didn't do that one and the time has passed, but I do believe I still have that kind of community post on my channel. So I'm going to have a look through there and see if any of them are on my own TBR, and then that will be the pick. Okay, so looking through, the one out of these that I kind of fancy the most, so I'll put it on the screen, and that is Monstrillo by Gerardo Samano Cordova. So this is a horror book, and I believe it's basically about a woman who loses her son, and then she saves like a little part of his lung or something, and then that kind of starts to gain sentience or grow or something like that, and that is Monstrillo. So I think it sounds very weird. It sounds like it'll be an interesting kind of horror novel, and yeah, I'm really excited. I do really enjoy horror books, and this will also hopefully count towards my read around the world challenge. This author is from Mexico, I believe, so yeah, I'm really intrigued by this. I have heard like really excellent things. I think I pretty much only heard good things, maybe, but yeah, really looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be sad. I definitely think this is going to be an emotional one, but definitely one that I am looking forward to, and potentially a 5-star prediction, to be honest. So I think I could really enjoy this one. Okay, fourth book. We've got some really good ones so far, so hopefully that continues. Oh, one dropped, so I will put that one back in, and we'll do the other one that was in my hand, which is a translated book. Okay, a translated book, that's what that said. I don't know how many I actually have off the top of my head, just because I did literally just read a bunch for a read around the world video that's coming soon. Oh, actually, I have an idea. Project Backman, one of my literally favorite authors ever. I can't believe I actually haven't read A Man Called Ove yet, and I am just so excited for it. I have adored his writing previously, and yeah, I think he's like one of the best like actual writers in terms of like crafting words and sentences and stuff like that. I have adored everything I've read by him so far, so this is like most definitely his most famous one, so I'm surprised I haven't got round to it yet. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it will make me cry, so maybe that's a little theme between these ones, but yeah, really am looking forward to it. But yeah, I just think, oh, I can't wait for it. I feel like it's gonna be such a special book, because I know a lot of people have enjoyed it. The movie is obviously out, and that's super popular, so yeah, I cannot wait to get to this one. I really hope I love it. Looks like another 5-star prediction. So this is getting like absolutely stacked as a TBR so far. So very intimidating, but hopefully ones that I just love loads. So for book number 5, let's do this one that says Double Up on Prompts. Okay, so we got this one maybe last month, and I basically have to pull 2 prompts and the book has to apply to both of them. So this could be a bit tricky depending on what we get. So let's do this one, and we can see, okay, it's not focusing, but that does say random color generator, so that'll be interesting. I'm gonna pull the other prompt first just so we can see what we get, and we will do this one. Oh crap, I've literally just seen what it is. Over 400 pages, so random color generator and then a book over 400 pages. Okay, fun. So first things first, I'm gonna get a random color generator up on my phone, and I won't do the first one that it comes up with because I do want it to actually like come up with something fun and be able to see the generation. So I've pulled up the page and that's what's first come up, but we will do the next one if it generates again. Are you gonna? Okay, maybe if I refresh the page it will go again. Yellow. Okay, that's not too difficult. That's like quite a classic bright yellow. Let me have a think. Oh, okay, I've actually found one really quickly. This is literally like one of the most recent books I've hauled, and I do feel like this is a little bit cheating because it is mixed media, so that kind of like makes the book longer. It's not just like 400 pages of like dense text, but I'm gonna be going for That'll Teach Her by Maz Evans. So this one is, I believe if we ignore kind of the like sample of the last book, this one goes up to 488 pages. If you can see, I don't want to like spoil it, but you can hopefully see there. And this is basically a mixed media murder mystery, which is low-key music to my ears. I love that as a concept, and this one is really fun. It's basically about a headmistress who dies, and I believe it's like the year 6 parents group chat trying to solve it. So like I said, it's all kind of told through messages, and then there's also little bits of text and kind of like announcements from the school and like other bits that are kind of written as mixed media. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I literally bought it yesterday, so very excited to be getting to this one very soon after it's entered my TBR. It's also a 2025 release, which is always fun. I think a decent amount of these are, which is great. I am always trying to keep up with releases, and she's a floppy girl, so all round very excited for this one. And yeah, hopefully I do enjoy it. I mean, I tend to love mixed media, but like I do hope it's still kind of like intriguing and interesting as a mystery altogether. So yeah, this will be our next book for doubling up on prompts. Luckily that was pretty easy, and I would say that these yellows are pretty similar. This one's just ever so slightly brighter, I guess. So for our 6th book, let's do this one, which is a, oh, that is gonna be So easy. This one says, I don't know if you can see it, but it does say a 2025 release. Almost the whole of this TBR is, and that's almost like a free pick. So what do I want to go with? Oh, do you have one I'm really excited for? So this is one that I believe was actually meant to come out last year, and then it got pushed, and then it got pushed again, and I've had it pre-ordered literally since last year. So it's been sitting there kind of in my Waterstones orders, like making them also processing, and I've been wondering what it is. And it's actually this one that I'm so excited about. So I'm going to be picking Totally and Completely Fine by Elisa Sussman. So this is the author of Funny You Should Ask and Once More with Feeling, both of which I absolutely loved. Funny You Should Ask kind of got mixed reviews, and so did Once More with Feeling, but like I fell on the side of absolutely adoring them. I loved the romance in both of them, and this is, I believe, kind of a continuation-esque from Funny You Should Ask. I believe it's like an interconnected standalone following the sister of the kind of famous actor in the first one, and I believe she kind of falls for his co-star or something like that. So it's kind of like Forbidden-esque, kind of like One of Us is Famous trope, which I have so much fun with. And yeah, I loved both of our previous books. I am a little bit nervous about this one because obviously it took so long to come out, but I believe it's kind of covering a lot of grief, and I think the author as well was kind of going through that at the time, so that probably explains why. So yeah, really looking forward to this, and I really hope I love it as much as the other ones because I just loved her writing previously. So this one is going to be our second to last book on the TBR for August, and I'm glad to have like a little romance in there, like a proper romance rather than just the kind of Jessa Hastings one, because I feel like summary romances are like such a good vibe. So last prompt, let's go for this one, and that says ends on an even number of pages, I believe. Yes, there you go, you can see that. So I will have a little look through the books I want to read and see what ends on an even number of pages. And I'm going to be including like before the acknowledgements, if that makes sense, the last actual page of the novel. Okay, so I did find one, luckily it was like the second one I looked for, and this one ends on 200, I'm trying not to see spoilers, 286 pages, which is even, and that is this month's Evernight book, or last month I believe it actually was, but the most recent one, and that is The Library at Hellbore. And I'm really excited for this one. Obviously this is a horror, and it's like the Evernight kind of exclusive edition, so she's very pretty and very gory, but I believe this is kind of like set at a school for kind of like gifted students, and then at the end of the year the kind of faculty go on like a ravenous rampage, and her classmates and her kind of like trap themselves in the school's library, and it says they barter for their survival one sacrifice at a time. So sounds a little bit insane, sounds a little bit crazy, but I do like that vibe, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I have no idea what it's going to be like. I've not read anything by Cassandra Clare before, but she's so pretty and not long either, so hopefully it should be just like a quick fun crazy horror. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. So I am really excited about this month's TBR. I feel like we have an excellent selection here. So just to run through again, we have The Library at Hellbore. This was for ends on an even number of pages. We have Time of Your Life by Magnolia Parks, which was for a 5-star prediction. Then we have Totally and Completely Fine by Elisa Sussman. This was for a 2025 release. And then we had That'll Teach Her by Maz Evans. This was for doubling up on prompt. So we got the random color generator, which generated yellow. And then I believe we got over 400 pages as well. Then for a new to me author, we had Kill Creatures by Rory Power. For a translated book, we had A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. And finally, for a subscriber's favourite, we had Mostrillo by Gerardo Samano Cordova. So I think this is like potentially one of my best TBRs I've ever done. This is like a stack of like maybe 5-star predictions. Like obviously a little bit tentative on like these two because I haven't read from the authors before, but the others are like ones I've been super excited about and I do think I could love. So let me know any of these that you are particularly keen to see in reading vlogs, any of these that you guys have enjoyed, and also let me know what is on your monthly TBR for this month. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me. Again, sorry for the break, but we will be back with our regularly active uploads from now on. And yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like down below, hit subscribe and turn on the bell to join a little club, and then make sure you turn on all notifications so you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you want to watch one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as also linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.